having me on your show today. I
Thank you for
appreciate
being
it.
here. I appreciate the energy and the work that you do. And one of the reasons that we wanted you to be here to talk about something you're doing that's important, talking about food, helping men learn to eat well and to feel well and to live well. You're presenting a project, a seminar program, June 26th at the Seward Friendship Co-op. It's between 3 and 5 p.m. The public is invited, but this is an all-male event.
Most definitely.
Talk
All
about that. That's
men.
interesting. That's fascinating.
You know, I've been doing this. I've been a raw vegan chef for about 10, 12 years. And I've always done workshops for women. I've done things for children. And as I begin to feel good about who I am as a person, as a woman, I begin to see the awesomeness of men.
Mm-hmm.
And how, you know, when I was feeling not happy with who I am as a person, all I saw was just the negativity in men.
Hmm.
And so as I began to love myself and nourish my soul with food, I began to see so many awesome men. And I began to just connect with them. And but I also saw a lot of men who took care of family, who took care of community, who were out there doing so many awesome, wonderful things for so many others and not taking the time to take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a workshop and we're going to dedicate this to men. And I just want to give like a little shout out too, is that Miss Nicole Pacini over here. She was very, very supportive and helped this come into fruition.
Oh, talk about Nicole. So give her some exposure here. Since you mentioned her,
Well,
give her some props.
Just let me say this, number one. I've been here for 2.5 years. And I just met Nicole. I don't think it's been maybe a little over a month. I did a workshop for Sister Spokeswoman.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole was there, and she has, with her friend, and they approached me and said, oh, this food is awesome, this is so good, this is so delicious, and blah, 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 and let's hook up. And we hooked up, and the next thing I know, I was planning 4 workshops, and we were just very adamant that the first one was going to be dedicated to men.
I love that.
We're going to dedicate this to men, because whether we admit this or not, I'm 56, and so I tell my truth now, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
We listen to y'all.
Yes.
We listen to you. And so if men eat healthy, and we're going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Women going to follow. Children going to follow.
Right.
Community is going to follow. Change will happen. So it's all about the man and taking a leadership role.
Sharon, jump in.
I love that.
Just be quick
Well,
on
I
that.
absolutely love that. You know, when I think about, just the men in my life, I mean, most of us as women, generally black women specifically, we love you guys, and we want you to, step up and take your rightful places in our communities and our families and our lives and our households. We need you.
Yes.
And we need you healthy and well and influencing and sharing and hugging and, supporting. And so many of you are, and we have some work to do with others. And I agree. Many of us have just some not so flattering feelings about some of the men in our life. We want to change how we feel. We want to change that, and I applaud you for speaking the truth out loud and saying, hey, I was just pissed and not happy, but when I began to take care of myself, right, is what you said?
That's exactly.
Then that sort of gave you the space to be able to have a different point of view about the amazing men
Yes.
around you in your life, and you want to give something back around food, and and I think that's important. I think that's really important, that we need to embrace the men in our community and love and hug them. But we want you guys to love and hug us back.
Yes.
And so the event, again, what's the name of the event?
So the name of the event is Using Real Food to Teach Men How to Eat Well, Feel Well, and Live Well.
Yes.
And the premise again is?
Number one, I don't know if you guys know this, but June is actually Men's Health Month. And, Father's Day is this month as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have so much respect for men. Because that is something that I prayed,
Yes.
seriously, I prayed and meditated on.
Mm-hmm.
When I came to Minneapolis 2.5 years ago, one of the
Where'd
things,
you come from?
let me say this, my roots are from Yazoo City, Mississippi. So those are my roots. They're always there. But my husband passed away. I had 2 small children. So I moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where my mother was. And because, you need your mama.
You need family.
You need mama to support you and raise the children. And so that's what I did. By way of Milwaukee, Minnesota. But
Excellent.
Welcome.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me do the station business now that I tried to do earlier. I just didn't have the technology under control. Let's try it again, and we'll continue our conversation. I'm Al McFarlane. This is Conversations with Al McFarlane.
Oakland County Child and Teen Checkups can help schedule medical and dental appointments, get transportation to appointments, and more at no cost.
More information and assistance.
So you want the 948 to run to?
348-5131.
That's 612-348-5131.
Residents of other counties can get help from their local county public health department.
KFAI can take your old car, truck, motorcycle, or camper as a donation to help fund our programs. It's easy, and it doesn't matter if you drove it last week or last decade. We can tow it away and let it serve you one more time for funding the radio you love. Log on to KFAI.org.
Yeah, he definitely, he always gives him a touch of romance. He has a touch of romance.
yes,
Isn't that nice?
Oh,
Isn't
yes,
that nice?
very nice.
What do you think, Damon? Talk about that music.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because the fact that he's such a creative a musician where he adds a spice to everything he creates, and to show you how diverse he is, he's able to add some Brazilian rhythms and Latin rhythms, and then the Spanish words of the Quiero Corazón that is known around the world, is that I love you, your heart. And so that's to show you his diverse creativity. He's just beyond. He had no limits.
Awesome. I know we were sitting here grooving in the studio. I wish all of you could be here with us. I mean, the music is just so powerful, and the lyrics and the feeling and the spirit of him, and thank God he left us with all of this music, so that he can live with all of us in our hearts, particularly those of us who live here in the Twin Cities. I mean, he's our Prince, and the music is here to make us feel good.
I had the CD at home, but never listened to it.
Oh,
And so I got a bunch of stuff from Prince that I listened to one song,
Yeah.
and then you put it up in your catalog. But this gives you the chance to go back and review. And as I review, I'm becoming more and more amazed.
Yes.
Oh, I am too. I'm very impressed. My child loves Michael Jackson, obviously, but then the Michael Jackson CD got a little bit scratched, and I put Prince. Count Your Blessings, and he's only 3 years old, and he thinks he's Michael Jackson now. So I can. It's just the spirit of the music, the way he plays, that does get to a child of 3 years old, to an adult who is obviously of any age. So that's why this music will continue, and I'm so glad, like you say, that he left us with that, because it will be something we would, keep forever.
And we'll just keep renewing our love for him as you go back, like you said, Alan, continue to listen to the music. And I want to encourage everyone. What we've been listening to is 3121. I'm from Princess 3121. But I was looking for something to just hold on to describe the state of the world after the Orlando massacre. I want to encourage everyone to listen to Dear Mr. Man by Prince. off the Musicology album of 2004. It just sort of describes what I think we're all feeling today,
Dear
given
Mr.
the
Man.
state of the world. So called Dear Mr. Man. And he talks about maybe we should write a letter. It's a really, it'll make you feel like, okay, all right. Yeah, so off the Musicology album.
Well, the tune we heard before this was about, I think it was called The Word.
Yes.
Get up and get busy.
Get
Let's go
busy.
do something.
Let's go
get saved, right?
That's
And
exactly
you gotta
right.
save yourself, right?
That's right.
But you gotta get busy. Go ahead, Caroline.
That's right.
That is so true. And one of the things about Prince, for me, I was living in Milwaukee and I heard that man sing this song and it just hit me like right here. And so what people like him do is when they perform, they give you a piece of themselves.
That's right.
See, every time he performs, and that's what we felt. We felt that power. It's just like he's talking directly to me because he's giving you him.
That's right.
And that's what I do with this food. And that's what this food does. And so I am a raw vegan chef. So meaning that I take fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, whole grains in their natural state to create deliciously healthy dishes.
And he would have loved that about you.
And that's what he enjoyed.
Oh, he enjoyed that. He would have
Yeah.
loved that. He would have loved that about you. So
Brian, you work with him as well. You said you did some work out at Paisley Park after the Glam Slam shut down, I think, right? Or changed or whatever.
Kind of during the process, yeah. Yeah, I grew up a small town farm kid, and one of my friends, Sharon, I mentioned, a friend of mine, Willie Boyd, actually worked there, and he pulled me in to rally the after party
That's right.
crowd to go out to Paisley Park. And I was telling Damien during the break here, one of the things that inspired me with Prince was that I realized, actually, unfortunately, more so after his passing, was how much of an inspiration he was as a young farm kid that kind of marched to the beat of my own drum and got picked on a lot. He represented that kind of strange person
Yeah.
that was doing good things.
Yeah.
And that hit me hard, the realization after he passed that influence was there, and to reflect back at those times that I really took for granted, actually. All that I interacted with him and never thought twice about it, which was part of his presence.
Yes.
His greatness really was modest.
And I would just like to add, and I understand that completely. I lost a husband, I lost a mother and a sister, and I did not understand the greatness of those people. I didn't understand what it was that they poured into me until after their death. And so one of the things that I'm able to do, and that's one of the reasons why, the main reason why I'm doing this workshop for men, is because I want men to know that I love y'all right now.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm not going to wait to another person transition
Right.
to say I wish I could have, would have.
To appreciate.
To appreciate. I'm appreciating you now.
Absolutely.
In sharing this food to teach you how to appreciate yourselves, how to love yourself. And that's what this living food does for our living body. It helps us transform and to become the person, the caring, loving, sensitive people that we want to be.
Yes.
We're down to the last couple of minutes now, so let me ask you, Caroline, to invite people again to your event. The event is called Using Real Food to Help Men Eat Well, Feel Well, and Live Well.
Men, this is your month. Come out, do this for you. Women who love men, mothers, sisters, cousins, buy a ticket, go to event. Come to my Facebook page, Caroline Carter, and inbox me, get the information. If you need additional information, give me a call at 414-324-5596 or email me at carolinesrawworld@yahoo.com. So that's CarolinesRawworld@yahoo.com. And just wanted to say really, really quick, I can't.
Damien, last, invite people to.
Well, I just want to invite everybody to Rice Park on the 17th. Maria Isa will be there with us. Havana Gypsies, the band that I organize and direct. My name is Damien Havana. As she was talking about healthy food, I agree 100%. We want you to be able to also get a healthy dose of live music. And that live music is also good for your soul. So the good food that is good for your soul, the music that is good for your soul, and the gathering together in Minneapolis and St. Paul of this opportunity to have live music outside for the whole family, feel free to check us out. Brian, do you have something to say in reference to that too?
Just come on out, Rhythm and Rice, Hybrid Friday.
Okay,
Thanks, Al.
I think we're done. Listen, this has been a great show. The program always goes so quickly. Thanks to all of my guests. Thanks to you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
listening to KFAI, Fresh Air Community Radio, KFAI 90.3 FM, Minneapolis 106.7 FM St. Paul. It's radio without boundaries. Stay tuned for Spin with Sin. Sin, how you doing? Good to see you.
Thank you.
You got it.
Oh wow.